Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. I'm going to make the watch list for Monday, July 24th. I'm going to show you using the Thinkorswim scanner that we do, our nightly scanner, as well as looking at some short availability with interactive brokers. Again, just making the transition myself a lot from Thinkorswim to interactive brokers for shorting. If you're looking just to long stocks, Thinkorswim still has the best platform. Just if you've been watching our recent videos, interactive brokers has some issues with their platform. It's not as interactive or it's not as in-depth as Thinkorswim with all the indicators. So if you look at my interactive brokers chart, I kind of have things. Let me just go to one of these here. I kind of have my charts kind of stripped down with just literally candlesticks and volume, just because I've noticed that their EMAs and are just kind of off compared to Thinkorswim. So what I do is I trade. I have multiple screens set up, so I'll have my chart set up with Thinkorswim here. I'll look at this one, so I'll pull whatever stock up that I'm looking. I'll look at the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the daily. All of my indicators, my EMAs here with VWAP. And so I'll look at the charts over here, and then I'll go over interactive brokers, and I'll use my hotkeys over here. You'll see my hotkeys set up over here to basically trade in and out of positions over there. So basically, I look at, excuse me, I look at, Thinkorswim's platform with interactive brokers. Thinkorswim's platform with interactive brokers hotkeys to get in and out. I'm still practicing, so I've been practicing mostly on the virtual account with interactive brokers. This week, I'm actually going to go over to interactive brokers and I'm going to start doing some smaller shares, just practicing, making sure I'm comfortable with interactive brokers before I start scaling up to bigger positions. So this week, I will be scaling or using my live brokerage account, just buying small positions, 100 share blocks, just to kind of get familiar, more comfortable with the live platform before I get to, again, to regular trading. And that's important to do whenever you're trading with any platform. You want to get used to it. It doesn't matter how good of a trader you are. When you switch to a new platform, you have to get accustomed and basically build your confidence and become comfortable with the platform you're using. So again, I'm using Thinkorswim charting while trading hotkeys with interactive brokers. That's just my preference. Also, too, I'll show you my chart here. I have multiple screens set up. So when I do my trading in the morning, I'll have one screen with interactive brokers. I'll have another one with Thinkorswim like this. And then my other two are basically like this. I'll have about 3 stocks that I'm watching on the 1 minute, 5 in the daily, and I'll have that on 2 screens. So I'll have kind of 6 screens set up, or 6 stocks that I'm watching, as well as kind of just scanning through here and clicking and seeing what's actually happening. So if nothing's happening on one of the 6 that I'm watching, I'll kind of look at the scanners over here. And then I also, if you look down here, I have trade ideas, and I'll use trade idea scanners as well on my 5th screen. So that's kind of how I have things set up. I am an intraday trader, so I do a lot of day trading. So that's kind of how my system is set up. So let's go to build the watch list for Monday. I'm looking for stocks between 30 cents and $30, minimum 500,000 shares, minimum of 5% gain from previous day, which is Friday. I'm personally trading myself really stocks below $10. Just my own personal preference. I like to have really disciplined risk management. And I don't really like when stocks move 20, 30, 40 cents really quickly without seeing it move up and down. So I like myself stocks that are really under $10 because I can kind of control their movement a little bit better, meaning like choose my entries and exits a little bit better. And I look for really tight bid and ask spreads. I try to be below 1 to 2 cents. Anything above that it's just a little bit tougher because you got to choose your entries, like time it almost perfectly, and right off the bat, you're kind of in the negative. So I try to do my best to get in within, 1 to 2 cent bid ask spread, just to kind of really, again, it's all about proper risk management strategies. I try to have a 1 to 2 ratio. If not, I at least do 1 to 1. So if I'm risking 10 cents, I ideally want to be making 20. But the worst case scenario, if I'm risking 10, it's to make 10. So if I'm trying to go to a quick scalp, I don't want to risk 10 cents to try to make 5 cents, because then that just give me bad risk management strategies. So just kind of live a little bit of some strategies on how I do things. So you'll see there's 36 potential plays for Monday. So let me go over here and let's build the watch list. Really looking for stocks that held their highs for the day on Friday to see if they're going to make another leg up, or if there's stocks that are potentially overextended that might have a potential pullback. Again, if you've been watching my recent videos, I like ideally myself having stocks that I can play both ways and not just one way. So ideally, I like to have my watch list with the majority of stocks that are either going to go long, or that I can either long or short. So I have an option, and I'm not like really particularly biased towards one way or the other. With when I'm making my Thinkorswim watch list, I kind of expand it a little bit more for you guys, just because again, there's not much availability to short with Thinkorswim. They have a really poor availability. So I kind of do, I don't want to say 2 watch lists, but I kind of refine it a little bit more on my interactive brokers for ones that I could play both ways. So there you have it. If you see here, there is the first play is good old crappy stock Dries. Looks like it was up 400% on Friday. I think that was a reverse split. So I'm going to go over and click on that one, and you'll see, yeah, this thing's just such a garbage company. So I'm literally just going to have it on. I hate this stock. I would only recommend to day trade a stock like this because there's just it's just a garbage company. Let me click over here. I'm gonna. Why does this say? Okay, I'm gonna click on default because I don't know why that didn't save that. So let me just do my. Give me a second here. I'm just gonna save my my set over here to momentum. There we go. So I did that because when I'm doing drawings, like doing support and resistance, I want it to go across all charts. When you saw that little thing that showed that it was like a little error, if I did, let's say a price line to do support and resistance over here, it might not go through my charts up here. Excuse me, unless I have them all as default. So Dries, I'm just going to put it on the watch list. Again, it's a garbage company. It's probably going to go one way or the other, so that's why I'm just putting it on my watch list. Over on Interactive Brokers, I have Dries on there. I don't think there's no availability to short it as of right now. It's been going off or on, it's been off and on a lot lately. So actually, let's go over and see. Is there? Yeah, you're seeing. I still am trying to understand this a lot with Interactive Brokers, how it works, but it looks like I think it just won. I think this is when it gets up like a higher percentage. I think it's a lot more of people that are shorting it. I have to learn that a little bit more, but obviously I think you see from down here was really low, and now it looks like it's really high. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm still kind of trying to learn their platform a little bit. But yeah, Dries is just it's a crappy stock. Tier or tear. So this one did hold its highs. You'll see that there's some potential resistance right here at the, if you zoom in on the 200 SMA, you'll see here I do a little line across over here, and you'll see it kind of go across here. So you want to kind of try and see, is this going to go up? Is it going to hit 403 and bounce back down? Or is it going to go up from there? I'm going to put this on the watch list for Monday because it did hold its highs, did have a lot of volume. But if you go up over here, you'll see, you know, if there's no ETB, which means easy to borrow, NTB means not to borrow, and HTB means hard to borrow with Thinkorswim. So if you have HTB or NTB, you can't short the stock. If you have ETB, you can. And then usually when there's not letters there, it means that you should be able to short it. But sometimes I found with Thinkorswim, you're not able to. So, you know, this is one keep an eye on that, you know, maybe it'll go up, but if there's a pullback and there's shares to short, then just keep an eye on it to be able to short it. With Interactive Brokers, I'm pretty confident you'll probably be able to get shares over here to short. Ah, wow. I guess I'm wrong. Interesting. This one does not have shares available. You'll see now this is down like in the 8% range compared to the 100% range. So I think there's a lot less people shorting it. Again, don't quote me on it. But as of right now, you're not able to get shares to short, which is very weird, especially if Thinkorswim allows you. Now, I think sometimes when Thinkorswim's after hours or on the weekends, it might not show you letters there. So, you know, wait till like pre-market opens and see if the lettering changes on something like this. On the weekends, they may shut it down. I'm not really sure. PETQ definitely held its highs. I don't know what's the deal with this one. Maybe initial public offering, so it might be a brand new company. I'll just put it on. I mean, I'm personally not going to watch it, but for you guys, I'll put it on there if you're an options trader or if you want to research more about it. I mean, it did hold its highs, but, you know, keep an eye on it. EPIX, don't like it. It's kind of choppy. EKSO, it is kind of choppy. Somewhat held its highs. Let's see up here. I don't see any lettering. Right here, there's some resistance around the $2 level. It kind of went up the other day. You'll see it went up and kind of pulled back. I personally would really watch it just to see if I can get shares to short with Interactive Brokers, just so I could play either way. I don't see it. I don't know what's going on. I'm not seeing much availability over here with Interactive Brokers for shorting. Let me just try another one that usually has shares. Okay. So it just may be a couple of these stocks I'm not able to do. So I'm not going to put EK. Well, I may put that one on the watch. No, I don't. I'm torn with this one. I don't love it. I'm not going to put it on the watch list. BONT did have quite a bit of volume. Has been running up a little bit. Potential resistance close again, close to that $1 marker. Might go up and pull back. Let me see. Am I going to put that on the watch list? Did have some volume. Keep an eye on it. I will put it on the watch list for Monday. But I'd be more looking at it again to play it either way, see if there's any availability with Interactive Brokers. Nope, striking out today with them. DRNA, yep, held its highs, had some volume. Trying to see here, like there's some where there might be some potential resistance, right? Maybe in that area there. See if it can go up above that 429 marker. Yeah, I can't tell with Thinkorswim if there's availability to short, but I bet you Interactive Brokers will have some availability. Let's take a look. Yep, I'm right about them. So I'm going to put them on my watch list for Monday. Now you can see, you know, it has been running up a little bit, so just pay attention there and see if there's any potential reversal there. So I'm going to now put that on just to show you here what I'm doing. Ones that I'm really kind of looking at personally, I kind of put on already for my watch list, so I'll put it right up here, DRNA, just so kind of like I'm already prepared come pre-market on Monday to kind of keep an eye on it. Again, it always changes, but it's nice to have some ahead of time if I want to look at that. So I'm going to look and see, hey, is it going to go up to this 429 marker, go above it, or is it going to pull back down? SLDC, Um, that's kind of garbage looking. I don't really like that one. Plug, PLUG. Um, hmm. This one's kind of messy. I don't really like it. See, look at this. It bounced back from that 270 marker, and then it kind of pulled back, made this indecision mark. I shorted this one, practicing on it on Friday. I'm gonna keep it over maybe on Interactive Brokers. See, again, to play it either way. I don't really love that one for Thinkorswim, but I'll put that on my Interactive Brokers one. But keep an eye on it. Maybe it goes up, but there's obviously that resistance at 270. CNBX kind of held its highs, not enough volume. ENVV. If you've been watching my Watchlist videos, every day this stupid thing keeps going up. I keep saying I hate it, and it keeps going up. Look at this thing. It's unbelievable. So whatever. I'll put this stupid thing on the watch list. I don't know what's up with this stock, but it's crazy. Look at it. It just keeps going up. I've been wanting to watch it to see if there's been any availability to short it, but Interactive Brokers hasn't had any availability. Needless to say, it doesn't mean obviously you're ready to short it yet, but it's one that at some point it might pull back. Who the heck knows when? But keep it on the watch list because it seems to keep going up. IPWR, it did hold its highs. Does have some volume. We'll see up in this area. There's some resistance right there at 311. But, I mean, that's a nice one to watch. I'll put that on the watch list. Did had some volumes, did hold its highs. So we'll put that one on it. And let's take a look at CYCC. I'm actually going to put this one. I might put that one on my. Am I going to put that on my my multiple one, IPWR, just because I think there is availability to short if it does pull back. So I'm gonna, again, on my ones that I do on this, I ideally like to have ones that I can watch both ways, so I can kind of just let the pattern form and decide what's happening. If it hits support, major support or resistance levels, I can play it and play it either way. So ideally, I like to put ones on this watch list that I can play both ways. And ideally, I also like to try to put ones that have, in an ideal world, under 20 million float, but up to under 50 million float, just ones that actually move a little bit more. Unless there's something that's really overextended that might be pulling back or breaking a huge resistance area, then I'll put it on there. But I ideally like to have ones that I can play both ways with a float under 50 million, most ideally under 20 million. So you can see IPWR. Now shares are somewhat similar to float. It's not as accurate. Usually I find with Thinkorswim, shares is higher than the float of the actual stock. So you'll see right here, then, this is under 20 million, so that's really good. So that should move. And then the other one that I had on my, which is DRNA, let's see what that one is doing for shares or float. Again, always double check float with like finance.yahoo.com. But you'll see DRNA. 42 million, which means the float's probably less than that, which is still under 50 million. So it looks like, either way, those things should move, whether it's going to go up or down. It should have a decent movement to it. So SITO held its highs under 1 million volume. It's been kind of running up. This one's borderline. I don't know if I like it for my Thinkorswim one, but I would put it on potentially my Interactive Brokers one if I'm able to short it. So let's take a look. SITO. Yep, so there's shares to short available there. Let's take a look at that one. So SITO should be under 20 million float. It's moving up here. Again, one I can play either way. So I'm going to put that on my one to watch for Monday. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put it on my Thinkorswim one here. RGLS, not a lot of volume. Kind of crappy looking. Don't like it. CLRB, another one, not enough volume. Kind of choppy. RETC, I don't like it. AKCA. So this one I keep putting on. These charts throw me off. I don't really pay attention to initial public offerings and those types of companies. But I'll put it on the watch list because it seems to keep moving. But, watch it, see if there's any, I can't tell here, availability to short it. Whether it goes up or has some pullbacks. Not when I see short doesn't mean hold it. It just means, pullbacks, something like this. If it goes up and then you want to pull, there's a pullback down, you can play it both ways. BCLI. This has been one. I'm not going to put it on the watch list for Monday, but I might put it on my other one over here for Interactive Brokers if there's availability to short it. Yep, so I'll play this one either way. I'm going to put it on my BCLI. So as you can see, I'm just kind of moving, I'll show you up here, moving it up over to my second screen now, and I'm adding it on over there. Let's just double check and see. Yeah, under 20 million. So again, I might take it off Monday morning, but right when I turn on my computer Monday morning and I have these, my screen set up like this and I have them already on there and I'm scanning the pre-market and trade ideas, I might take something off one of those or add it on, or depending, just kind of I'll see what's kind of forming and what's happening if there's any news pre-market. But again, I ideally want to trade these low float stocks under 20 million or up to 50 million just because they tend to move a lot more. And if there's news, that's a catalyst to drive it one way or the other as well. So I can get more movement rather than these stocks that just with the high float that just move like a snail. So BCLI I'll put over there, but I'm not going to put it on my Thinkorswim one. APVO, don't like it. What is that? Man, that's a really crazy doji candle. Where is that? Did that finish right down there at 182? So this might be one, again, that I might put on over at my Interactive Brokers one if there's shares available to short, because then I can play it. Yeah, see, so this is one that I would never really look at. If you zoom it, I won't put it on my watch list for the group, but this is one where, come Monday, if this thing jumps up and pulls back, I can play it either way. Whereas if I can only long it with Thinkorswim, I just kind of don't even like the looks of it. So that's my thinking behind that, and it didn't hold its highs either. ACBFF held its highs, borderline on volume. Won't be able to short it with Thinkorswim. I will put it on the watch list because these marijuana stocks sometimes really have a tendency to run. However, Thinkorswim definitely should be able to have some shares available to short with this one. They have lately. And yep, there are shares to short. So that's one, again, I can have my watch list and play it either way. But, super high float, so kind of moves a little bit slow. Yeah, so actually, as I'm saying that, I might just take it off because it's just been running slow. See, you can see these ones are all, with the exception of Plug, some pretty good, at least it'll move one way or the other pretty decent because they have float under 50 million. PSGLQ, nope. CBay. I've been playing this one a lot lately. This one's been fun. I've been playing it both ways. So I'm going to put this one over here. Not sure if Thinkorswim has shares available to short. You know, keep an eye on this 794 area here. See if it can go up and break it or pull back down. But this is a perfect example of one. Look at this. Still pretty low float stock. It's running up to some resistance. It's one that I like to have my watch list because if I can short it, I can play it either way. Just again, want to be very careful. I like to have, this thing's been going pretty erratic with the bid and ask spread. I wait till it's at least, you know, right around 2 cents or so. But I feel like in the market recently when it's been opening, it's been taking a while. It's been kind of all erratic and all over the place. But again, just remember, if you buy something and it has 3, 4, 5 cents or more, 10, 15 cents bid ask spread, you're taking a loss right off the bat. So you better hope it goes, you better chart your stock really properly on your entries. So again, I'm going to put this on my one to watch on Monday. All right, MGTI, kind of choppy, not enough volume. AGRO, that one will go on the watch list. Lots of volume, did hold its highs. Some potential resistance up here. And that, let me see where that is. That 1105 range. So see if it goes up there and pulls back or if it keeps going up. But I will definitely put that one on the watch list. AGRO. TXMD. Yep, that's another one. Held its highs. Now see right here, it's right at a resistance level. See if it'll keep going up or if it'll pull back. It pulled back in this area over there the other day, so we'll see if it goes up. Now there is some a gap up to be able to fill if it does go up. Very slow mover though, potentially. It's got high float, so keep an eye on it. I will put it on the watch list. TXMD. Let's check over here. If you see, I'm not putting a lot of some of the ones over here. Anything over $10, I really don't put on my watch list with Interactive Brokers. Again, I just like the really small cap ones. Just my own preference. USAT. Yeah, held its highs. Want to see if it breaks above this area here. And then there's some resistance in that 581 range as well. So it's coming upon some resistance. Again, so I'll put this one on the watch list. I personally would like to watch it to see if it breaks the resistance or if it pulls back. And if it pulls back, if there's shares available to short, then I will potentially short it. And there is, so that's one I'll watch. RXDX held its highs. I'll put that on the watch list. RXDX. Oops, that's not it. RXDX. AMDA. Don't really like it. DMPI. Nope. However, let me see. Yeah, I don't like it. I'd like to play it either way. You know, if it's just, I don't know, it's not looking like it's doing much of anything. So I'll see if it pops up on the scanner. KTOV, this has been really crazy. This one's been running pretty fun recently. I'm not going to put it on the Thinkorswim one, but I will put it on Interactive Brokers if there are shares available to short to play it either way. And there are, so I'll put it over there. PTCT. Yep, that'll go on the watch list. Held its highs, got some volume, or it's still borderline the volume, but keep an eye on it. This is also one, you know, as it starts to get overextended, might be some, you know, availability for some pullbacks along the way, profit taking. So watch Thinkorswim do a play it either way. MRTX, don't like it, not enough volume. Although this is one where I personally like to watch this. On the flip side, so I'm going to put this over on Interactive Brokers if there are shares to short, since it's starting to get overextended, might have a pullback again, so I could watch that either way. ANY, Don't really like it. WIT held its highs. You know, potentially going up to fill this gap up here. There's this gap up, so keep an eye on this one. Might be a slow, you know, high floater, so it might just be a slow mover on up. Keep an eye on this one. Might be a good one to watch. And I'm going to put it on there just to see. Might be a good swing trade to look at. Again, you'll see this thing just keeps running up, and, you know, see what happens. Big gap up to fill, that's for sure. But there's no guarantees. XGTI, another one. It's got some good volume. It's been running up lately. Put it on the watch list. There hasn't been shares to short with Interactive Brokers, so, but I'll just double check. And nothing. So there you guys have it. There's the watch list. You know, a couple housekeeping notes. Why is this not? I don't know why these keep doing this. I'm going to change this to default. That's weird how that keeps doing that to me. But again, guys, you know, make sure, number one, you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Feel free to like our videos, comment on them. We try to do our best to be interactive with the community. So like us, share our videos, comment. Again, we'll do our best to get back to you. If you haven't been over to our website yet, make sure you subscribe to our daily watch list. So the watch list video that I just did, we actually send this out by email as well. So we'll send you the email with our watch list. You know, if you are not a member of our trade room, make sure you come over here, click on our trade room, and come and join us. We have over 400 or right around 400 Skype chat room members right now. It's a free trade room that we offer to our community, so make sure you go over there and join us. If you like our logo and want some merchandise of ours, make sure to click over on our merchandise link. We have some great merchandise that you can purchase, as well as we are a contribution-based community, so if you'd like to contribute to us, again, we don't charge our members for the services and the courses that we offer right now, so someday we may, who the heck knows, but as of right now, we are contribution-based, so if you like what we offer, feel free to contribute to us. So again, hopefully this video helped you guys. Happy trading day on Monday, and we'll talk to you later. Enjoy.